As you guys know, I have a beautiful family and a wife and kid. I want to be transparent that I've been unfaithful. Stupid fucking mistakes, man.
Dr. Disrespect, a former Activision developer turned Twitch superstar. All it took was a wig, some glasses, and a vest. On January 12, 2010, Dr. Disrespect uploaded his first video as sort of a parody of the Modern Warfare 2 commentary. He adopts this larger-than-life persona, admittedly putting an interesting spin on a familiar genre.
People've gotta understand. You gotta attack. 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 I'm talking, if I see you, and believe me, I will, I'll put you down quickly.
I mean, it was a unique idea for the genre, and at that time, I mean, the commentary videos were just as simple as getting on and talking about the gameplay. You didn't have this intricate network of commentary communities talking about drama and current events. I mean, half the commentary videos would start out like this.
This is Woody, the Unexceptional Gamer, and I make Call of Duty videos designed to help my unexceptional brethren do better through tactics and knowledge.
I can't emphasize how dramatically different the YouTube landscape was at that time. I mean, it was a completely different atmosphere, and to have someone come on and actually offer something original and unique and more like a performance was groundbreaking.
You know, I didn't have an idea for how he would look or even making YouTube videos or making videos in general. Basically, the creation of the Doctor started with changing my gamer tag. You know, a few years ago, my gamer tag was Diarrhea Panic. And I was online with a few buddies, and they have ridiculous names as well. Cobradactyl, Laserfangs. But you know, I was just in the lobby with them, and I was like, hey, I kind of want to change my gamer tag. What do you guys think? And I'm like, yeah, well, let's come up with some names. So we started talking names, and after 10 or 15 minutes of spitting out some of the most ridiculous material that probably wouldn't be approved on the Xbox, one just popped in my head, and it was Dr. Disrespect.
And that's how it starts. That's how a lot of things start. A lot of things creatively just start with one little idea, you know, that shower thought that pops into your head. And I think there's something inspiring there about following that dream. So I want you to hold on to that moment and keep it with you while we dredge up some of the worst controversies. A lot of people loved the Doc character, and a big part of that was the landscape at the time. It was a genuinely unique and creative idea, but unfortunately, along with such a performative character and sort of playing into that villain archetype, there were a lot of people that didn't get the bit, and I think that leads into our first controversy.
My approach was, hey, I'm going to just remain in character, and I'm going to reach out to a few of the bigger YouTubers. At that time, I mean, I think I maybe had 100 subscribers. I reached out to Mr. 360 Games in an email, you know, and fit the quotes. I think I called him a few names, you know, said, hey, check out my video. If you don't, I'd cut you up. You know, like one of those type of emails.
Now, fortunately, Mr. 360's response was actually quite positive.
One other person, his name is Dr. Disrespect. He has a little monologue at the beginning of every one of his videos that's just ridiculously funny, and he's just so creepy himself. It makes it so much more funnier, and he has this commentary throughout the video, and he's improving. I thought I would help him out.
And, you know, that sort of jump-started my run.
And Dr. Disrespect actually made a video in response to this, and unfortunately, due to the nature of playing this character and playing this villain, a lot of people did not receive it very well.
Listen, Mr. 360 Games, we can laugh, giggle, and have a good time and talk about commentating on a serious level. But I'm gonna stare at your face at a serious level. You're down by 500. Do you really, truly, in your heart, think that you're gonna win this game from this far behind?
For the amount of views this video got, it did receive quite a bit of hate comments, but I think it was nothing more than standard YouTube hate. But I think it was the start of something. There were people that just didn't like the character, but there were also people that didn't understand it was a character. But that didn't really seem to faze him that much, given the shout out and even getting a collab in that very same video with Xjaws, which was a big player back in the day on that scene. He just kept pushing along, and he even got a collab later on with Optic Hex, which, if you know anything about the landscape at that time, Optic and FaZe were at the peak.
And then Optic Nation, Hex, got in contact with me, said, hey, my boy Detreats came across one of your videos and really enjoyed what you're trying to do. Would you like to do a commentary over one of my videos? And I was, at that time, I think I maybe had 1,000. I don't even know if I did. And that was a great opportunity, and that really jump-started the doctor's channel.
And once again, with every opportunity he gets all of the positive benefits. You know, the views, they're rolling in. He's becoming more and more in the collective consciousness of that era of YouTube, but he also gets the negatives, which creates a growing anti-fan community surrounding him.
There was this whole, well, okay, I'll do the commentary over your gameplay, X. Goes up on your channel. All of a sudden, I get all this negative backlash. Like, who is this guy doing a commentary over your gameplay, X? Get him off your channel. And I heard all the negativity, and I was thinking, like, man, this is kind of cool, because it really does show what I'm trying to accomplish. Like, the doctor's not going to be liked by everyone, you know? Sort of like the wrestling mentality. Like, there's villains in wrestling and there's good guys, but overall, you like wrestling. And I wanted to be the bad guy. I want to be the bad guy.
So it's no surprise that this lended him a decent amount of success, especially for the time and the landscape on YouTube, where getting 100,000 views was amazing. Even his first video was so successful, in fact, that he got signed to Machinima, which, if you don't know, at the time, Machinima was the cream of the crop for gaming YouTubers. Once you got signed to Machinima, you basically made it. See, at that time in YouTube, if you weren't signed to a partner network, you were basically not making any money. And this was at a time where making money off playing video games was a novel concept. People were happy if they got checks for $25 after winning a tournament.
Finally, one of my favorite videos to go up in the last few weeks. This video comes from Dr. Disrespect. Go watch Dr. Disrespect. Don't read the comments. There's a lot of people that get it, a lot of people that don't get it. Dr. Disrespect is fucking amazing.
So I heard Machinima Respawn is having some little precious contest. Premier Director. I guess I applied for it.
Well, he did win the competition, but unfortunately this didn't last for too long, because just due to the unprofitable nature of YouTube at the time, even though he was making probably the best money out of most people, he had to find a way to pay the bills, and luckily this opportunity did come in the form of getting hired at Sledgehammer Games in February of 2011. But the downside of that is, because of the crunch culture in the gaming industry at that time, and still today, he didn't have time to do YouTube, and his channel remained mostly dormant.